Yeah.
Okay, so I require you to give me your details. If you don't, it is an arrestable offence.
Right, but am I on the highway?
Pardon?
Am I on the
You've
highway?
been driving this vehicle.
Yeah, but am I on the highway now?
The officer's first mistake arrives before she even understands the situation. She immediately demands Brett's details, threatening arrest under the Road Traffic Act while he's parked on private property. Brett's calm eye on the highway response reveals her fundamental ignorance. She's fishing for information without any legal basis, and when he refuses, she runs his plates and announces his full name to Shell staff, a data protection violation that sets the tone for this entire train wreck. This intro hooks you instantly because you already see who's really in control.
Did my colleague get your name?
Yeah, you got my first name.
Do you mind if I take your first name? Is that okay?
What's your name and number then?
My name 2928 is PC Lee.
PC Lee.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your name?
Well, I'm not prepared to divulge it in front of people that aren't police.
Okay. Well, I can ask that gentleman to step away if that's all right.
Yeah. Right. So what? Under what act are you asking for my details?
It's because we've been called today.
Yeah.
Okay. Anytime we get called to an incident,
yeah,
we like to get your name.
Yeah. What section of which act are you requiring my name?
I'm not saying it's under any act. You don't have to give your name to me today because you haven't committed an offence.
No.
But it's just for our records.
Yeah.
So would you be prepared to give me your name?
No.
No? Okay, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to make a note of your car registration.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, is that alright?
Yeah.
So all we're doing at the minute, obviously there's been a bit of confusion over the coins.
Yeah.
Turns out that, as you said, they are legal tender, so it's now down to the petrol station whether they accept them. So your vehicle has come back to either a Brett Chamberlain.
You shouldn't be saying this in front of the people.
They can't hear me.
Yeah, they can.
Do you want me to ask them to move away?
Things explode when Brett calls out the officer for publicly doxing him. After running his registration through the police national computer, she broadcasts his identity across the forecourt. This isn't just unprofessional. It's potentially criminal under data protection laws. Brett forces her move away from the staff, but the damage is done. She compounds her error by insisting the Road Traffic Act applies, even after admitting no offense was committed. This 2-minute segment is pure cringe as she contradicts herself while Brett holds firm, showing viewers exactly why most people fold under badge pressure.
You shouldn't divulge my personal details that you've got for the police national computer.
I wasn't divulging them to them.
Well, you were speaking loud enough voice that they would have heard.
Well, they're not
right, okay, go on then.
So, a Brett Chamberlain.
Right.
What was your name?
Which section, which act you requiring me to give my name?
Road Traffic Act. You're driving a motor vehicle.
Yeah.
Okay, so I require you to give me your details. If you don't, it is an arrestable offence.
Right, but am I on the highway?
Pardon?
Am I on the highway?
You've been driving this vehicle.
Yeah, but am I on the highway now?
You've been driving this vehicle.
But am I on the highway now?
Can you just give me your details, please, and then we can get this sorted?
Am I on the highway?
So what
yeah,
they're
but I'm asking a question. Am I on the highway?
You're not on a highway right now, but you have been on a highway.
Yeah, so you could have requested my details when I was on the highway, but now I'm not on the highway. You can't, can you?
I can.
You could wait until I leave, and then you could pull me over.
Under the Road Traffic Act, I can request your details.
Yeah, only on the highway, but not...
Can you just give me your details, please?
The officer's legal framework completely disintegrates here. She claims Brett must provide details because he used the highway to reach the station, a laughable misinterpretation of Section 172. Brett counters with his driveway analogy. Could police demand details from anyone parked at home? Her desperation shows when she invents extension of highway, case law that doesn't exist. This is where her training fails spectacularly, and Brett's methodical questioning exposes that she doesn't understand the difference between a public road and private property. It's like watching a student argue with a professor who wrote the textbook.
Look, this is all about rights, okay? Now, I've got a right not to give you my details unless I have committed an offence. Right, the Road Traffic Act it is referring to vehicles on the highway, not on private property. So if you're saying that I have to give you my details under the Road Traffic Act and I'm not on a highway, then you're infringing on my rights. Do you think I should provide my details on private forecourt?
Yes, I believe you should.
Because of the Road Traffic Act?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. Why is that then?
Are you going to provide
me
your details? No,
I'm just asking you these questions. I may well provide my details, but you have to articulate the law as to why...
Under the Road Traffic Act?
Yeah.
Okay. You have used a highway to get here today, have you not?
That's not the point though, is it?
You have used a highway to get here today.
Under
the Road Traffic Act,
yeah.
Okay, I can ask you to give your details.
So in other words, you could knock on my front door, my car's on my drive, and you could say under the Road Traffic Act, I want your details, and you must have been on the highway in your car.
You would be in your vehicle, would you?
Doesn't make sense.
You wouldn't be sat in your vehicle.
It doesn't matter though, does it?
This is a knockout punch. Brett agrees to provide his license, but asks under which section. Panic ensues. The officer's colleague shouts 163, but Brett immediately corrects him. That section only covers stopping vehicles, not demanding licenses. He schools him on section 164, the actual production of documents clause, while they scramble when they can't articulate their authority. Brett says he'll provide details anyway, but only after they've demonstrated their incompetence. It's brutal, educational, and deeply satisfying to watch trained officers forget basic legislation while a citizen recites it perfectly from memory.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bit of a break, right? So I reckon if I was parked in the car park, yeah, then I wouldn't have to provide my details. But because there's a way in and a way out, that means in law, in case law, it's an extension of the highway.
Okay.
And on that basis, I'll provide my details.
Would you like to give me your date of birth?
I can give you my driving licence because you. First of all, which section, which act?
Would you like to give me your driving licence?
No, which section, which
Under
act?
the Road Traffic Act.
Yeah, what section?
I'm asking you for your driving licence.
Yeah, which section, which
Can you
act?
just give me your driving licence?
You don't know it, do you?
There you go, 163.
That requires me to stop. If a police officer asks me to stop, but which?
And to give your details, sir.
No, that's another act. Go on. Which sections?
I'd have to check, sir.
Do you want me to tell you? 164.
164.
That's it. Very good.
There we go.
The officer abandons any pretense of impartiality and becomes Shell's corporate lawyer. She tells Brett to take his money back because they won't accept his coins, actively working against his legal rights. Brett explains why leaving the £248 and 83 pence with them protects both parties. If they later realize they must accept legal tender, payment is already made. Her response? Patronizing concern that he'll be out of pocket. She's supposed to enforce law, not mediate corporate disputes. This segment reveals how often police protect business interests over citizen rights, and Brett's strategic thinking turns her advice against her completely.
They're trying to give you your money back.
It's not my money. It's their money.
They're
It's
not
my
accepting
payment.
your money. Pardon?
It's my payment.
They're not accepting it as payment. Are you accepting them giving your money back?
No.
Okay, well they're not accepting your payment then. So
Okay. Yeah.
you're still going to be. Wait for that to go past. You're still going to be charged for the payment.
Yep.
At a later date. Okay, they've got your car registration.
Yep.
They're going to forward it on to that. They can get your details from your car registration.
Yep.
They're going to forward that onto their head office, and
Yep.
you will be chased for payment later on. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, whatever. Yeah. I don't.
Are you going to accept your money back?
It's not my money. It's their money. It's also the Queen's money, actually.
Are you going to accept the Queen's money back?
No.
What do you want them to do with it then?
Put it in the till and accept payment.
Well, that's not going to be accepted as payment, so I think you may as well just take it back.
Yeah.
Because what's that?
I'm not taking it back.
£200? More than that?
240.
Pardon?
£248.83.
Yeah, I think you may as well take that back.
No, I don't think so.
You're going to be out of pocket otherwise.
I'm not going to be out of pocket.
Pardon?
I won't be out of pocket. I've paid for my fuel with cash, with legal tender.
Brett delivers a final blow by exposing her body-worn camera violation. She never informed him she was recording, rendering the footage potentially inadmissible under College of Policing policy. When he explains this, she arrogantly dismisses it. I don't tend to watch police videos on YouTube. Brett fires back that she obviously didn't listen during training either. This moment encapsulates everything wrong. An officer who doesn't know her own policies, dismisses legitimate criticism, and fails to follow procedures that protect citizens' rights. It's procedural malpractice caught on camera, and she doesn't even realize she's incriminated herself.
All I'm doing is advising you, okay?
Yeah.
Like I say, this is a civil matter.
Yeah.
I can just give you advice to take the money back.
Right.
If you don't want to, fair enough. But just to let you know, they're going to raise it with their head office.
Yeah.
And their head office will be in touch, okay?
Yeah. Okay then.
Is that okay?
Yep.
Have you got any further questions or not?
No.
They would like your details.
Oh,
Are
yeah.
you willing to give them your details?
No, they're private.
Pardon?
They're private.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, they've got my registration number, haven't they?
They've got your registration, but it's just whether you wanted to comply with them and give them your details, okay? I'll let them know that you're not giving them your details, and what would you like them to do with the money?
Well, it's up to them to do what they want with it. Obviously, it's payment, so...
Well, they're not accepting it as payment, okay?
Yeah, but obviously they may well get legal advice, and the legal advice might tell them that that they need to accept it, and therefore, if they've given me the money back, then they've got no way to recover the money, then, have they? Because
they
they've...
do. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that if they did give it back, there would be no recourse in law to recover the funds later on. So I'm doing them a favour by saying, look, you hang on to it, it's payment for my fuel. I'm not a fuel thief.
Brett ends it with calm finality. All right, I'm off then. He walks away having paid precisely how he intended, while the officers stand humiliated. The narrator confirms Shell never contacted him again, proving they accepted his legal tender after getting actual legal advice. This victory ripples beyond one man. It's a referendum on cash rights, police overreach, and corporate bullying. The officer's ignorance didn't just cost her dignity. It created a national lesson in civil liberties. Brett never raised his voice, never threatened, yet dismantled 3 authority figures through pure knowledge. That's how you win. If you enjoyed watching justice served cold and educational, smash that like button, subscribe for more accountability content, and I'll see you in the next video where we continue exposing what happens when authority meets informed citizens.
If they then pursue a civil matter and it comes back that it doesn't go in your favour, then you're going to be out of pocket. That's all I'm thinking. If you still have to pay for the fuel again.
Now, how am I going to be out of pocket? Because what would have happened to the money that I've given them?
Pardon?
I've given them the money, haven't I? So how can I be out of pocket?
Okay, so you're not accepting the money, no?
No.
Okay.
Have you got your body-worn camera on?
Yeah, there.
Oh, so you didn't tell me about that either, did you?
Is there?
Yeah, but no. In the policy, it says that you need to advise somebody. In fact, everything that's happened up until this point is not admissible in court because you didn't.
I can't hear you.
I said everything that's happened on that camera is not admissible in court because you failed to advise me that you were recording. In the policy, your policy.
What section is that? What policy is that?
I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, loads of people on YouTube will get back to you on that. So if you just look up this video,
That's fine.
they'll explain the police's own.
That's perfect. I don't tend to watch police videos on YouTube.
No, you obviously didn't listen either when you were being instructed that you need to advise members of the public at the earliest opportunity that you're video recording them for evidence.
Like I say, what part of policy is that?
Have you got any of those bags in the car just for the money when you take it?
I have.
CPR?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm off then.